There was once a young man named Peter living in the bustling city of London. Life had presented him with a series of challenges, none of which he was prepared for. Having failed multiple times at college exams and struggling to secure a job, Peter found himself at a crossroads. Each day was a battle against self-doubt and fear of failure. One evening, while taking solace in a local cafe, Peter overheard an elderly man sharing his story of triumph over adversity with the barista. Intrigued by his words, Peter found himself leaning closer to listen. The old man spoke of his youth, riddled with trials and failures, much like Peter's own. But what stood out was his resilience, a refusal to let setbacks define him. Inspired, Peter decided to approach the old man. "What keeps you moving forward?" Peter asked earnestly. The old man smiled, sipping his tea thoughtfully. "Every day presents a choice, young man, to be defined by your failures, or to rise above them," he said. "True strength lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Each failure is just a stepping stone on the road to success." Peter left the cafe that night feeling a renewed sense of purpose. He began to view his struggles not as obstacles, but as opportunities. He re-enrolled in college, determined to complete his education. Early mornings were spent studying, late nights were devoted to part-time work. Weekends were reserved for volunteering. Slowly, but surely, Peter began to see changes, not just in his grades and prospects, but in his confidence and perception of self-worth. Months passed, and Peter no longer recognized the young man who once wallowed in despair. Now, he stood as someone who embraced challenges with open arms. The journey was not easy, yet with every obstacle overcome, Peter found himself a step closer to his dreams. Eventually, Peter graduated with honors and secured a position in a reputable company. But beyond these achievements, the true victory lay in the transformation within. Through resilience and perseverance, Peter had not only carved a path to success but had also discovered the indomitable spirit that lay dormant within him. Peter's story reminds us that life is more about the journey than the destination. It is a journey within, to find courage and strength in every challenge, to rise after every fall, and to never stop believing in the power of one's own potential.